It has been a long and bloody year since the end of the Great War. While the Emperor has claimed victory, the peace that so many heroes gave their lives for has not settled on the lands. The hordes of chaos, though leaderless, continue to taint the northlands of the Empire. Vicious warriors attack merchant caravans and raid isolated farms and villages. The Emperor's battle-weary soldiers patrol the forests and hills, ever vigilant against bloodthirsty warbands intent on looting and slaughter.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay The Old World. This is Ghost with Blades and Blasters. We may have the usual cast of Raven as Morgut, Sim as Kruger, Danish as Dorothil, and Aki as Reinbald. This is going to be Chapter 5. If you enjoy the videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe for more RPG content, more Warhammer, and other systems. We're going to pick up with a handout, and then we'll get into it. Everybody see that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Dire struggle nearly saw the end of Reinwald, but our adventurers prevailed in a grim contest with death hanging in the balance. They discovered the cave that housed an apparent orc war boss. Using smoke and fire to suffocate the orcs, they forced the great war boss and two of his warriors to the surface. Coughing and sputtering, the greenskins prepare to make their stand. And a quick recap. At the end of last session, you guys had put together some fires that were outside of a cave and forced the orc war boss that you located to the surface. We're going to go ahead and get right into it with
I think I dove in for an attack, didn't I, or something?
I believe so, yeah.
And
Well, I
failed
think he
horribly.
read into the
Yeah.
that you were trying to mislead him. Unusual cunning. So, yeah, we can go ahead and roll our initiatives.
Whatcha? It's a number. It's not a great number, but it's a number nonetheless. God, I can just imagine him fucking turning and backhanding me with his axe and just me going flying. Oh, this music's good.
We'll try that a little more gut.
Oh, wrong initiative. And then the tracker is so... Oh, nope, now it's got him on there.
Yeah, I messed it up. All right, and first up, Danish.
Yay! Save me!
What the hell am I gonna do?
Hopefully, stop this guy from
Yeah,
beating me up.
I'll get right up in that.
lose everybody.
Moment, so I'm going to go around here and stab the orc.
Yay.
Alright, we calling that a charge?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 advantage for charging. And go ahead and make your attack roll with the advantage. Plus 10. Okay, and you have a fast weapon, so it's, I think, minus 10 from the parry as well. So it'd be actually 5, so 3. So let's go ahead and do math on this. 3. It's 10 damage. So go ahead and describe how that looks as you you kill him.
Yeah, he comes up, or I come around, spin around the back of Kruger, pull out my blade. As he's bringing up a shield, I just get right under the lip of the shield and go right through forearm, right. Well, looks like Loke's caught another one. Flick the blood off my blade, pointed at Big Boss.
And the orc head came out and was coughing, and then all of a sudden, like, jabs through him, steel pointing out of his neck. These orcs look burned, battered, bruised, hacking, coughing as they came up. This one falls to the ground. And that was another successful test. 2 advantage. Kruger.
Kruger seeing the big orc chief coming up, seems about the right size for Morg, is gonna slip in and give Margaret a hand. Probably regret this. My non-magic using ass. He'll charge at the orc chief with his dagger.
Alright. 1 advantage for charging.
You got this.
Do I though?
Well, I mean, yeah. You can luck it. You can.
Yeah, what? I've used a lot on them. Which one comes back every?
Fortune, I think, right?
Yes, fortune is the lesser of fate.
And how many we get per game here?
As many as you have.
Depends on how many is in your pool of.
I used to have
fortune's
5.
derived from fate, so when you use a fortune point, it comes down from your fate, which is like your maximum. So it's like Aggie said, he had 5, but last session, because he was on the verge of death, he burned 1, and so his pool was permanently reduced for both because fortune derives from fate.
Yeah. You
So
really feel it when you look at that 4 on the sheet. When you know there used to be a 5, it's like, oh, that much closer.
All right, let's fortune my horrible roll there.
good.
Just don't roll worse.
Same thing, right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to say nothing. It could get worse, but
It's not
So
worse.
it's still fail. You do lose all advantage, no critical fails, thankfully. He does get an advantage for succeeding in his defense. So you come in with the dagger, and it does. You feel it go through some skin, but it's on his hand, and he just kind of looks at it, and that meant to do something to me, and just kind of paws you away as the dagger comes clean. Reinbold.
Yep, I mean, he was lunging in already, and now he's got his chance to do it proper. Although I think rather than there, I think I'll go like this. And yeah, he saw how quick the other guy went down. I think I'll go for this one, actually. Seeing that other one drop quick really points out his weakness. Alright, let's do this. Come on.
If that was a charge, then that would just barely hit.
Oh,
Because
you're right.
plus 10.
Oh yeah, it would be plus 10.
He will try to defend. He succeeds. So you lose advantage. He succeeds at a greater success level. So you come in trying to take advantage of being wounded. The orc looks up at just the last second and gets his crude-looking axe up to deflect the sword blow, push it to the side. He says nothing, he just continues coughing.
Shit. Well.
And in response, he is going to go ahead and swing at you in return.
I was really counting on the whole him going down quick thing.
So this is going to be with plus 10 for his
Get
advantage.
like a fucking 1.
Nope,
Oh, it's not a 1. Dodge this.
don't feel worse.
Hey!
He succeeds. So now you get 1 advantage. He gets none.
Nice. Oh, thank you.
How do you dodge the
Yeah,
strike?
he brings a thing up, but he's charred, battered, broken, and smoke still kind of clings to him from his armor and stuff. And just as he's about to strike down into Reinvold's shoulder, the smoke kind of catches his eyes, and the sting gives Reinvold just enough time to dip to the side.
All right, Morgan.
Alright, Morgut will charge the boss and take a swing with his knuckle dusters.
Look at these two fuckers, side by side. Oh my god. It's just... Oh.
So the smaller target won't come into effect. He is the same size as you. He is large.
Ooh. He could roll 100. You never know. We've seen it before.
I hate to
Saved
do it
us
so
last
early, but we'll go ahead and fortune that.
Nice. Oh!
So you do hit him. So go ahead and roll your
God.
your brawling your knuckle dusters just to see what their damage is, so I can.
I'll tell you, man, fortune is legit.
So because of damaging, you can take I believe it's the units digit is how that works. Because it's a success level -3, so damage right now is 3, I think. Oh no, you can take the units
8,
digit instead
right.
of so,
Right.
8, so you can do.
Make it 5.
I think no, it would take it instead of success level, so it'd be 14.
Oh.
I believe that's how that interaction works. Let me look at your knuckle dusters real quick, but I think that's how damaging works. That's all you need to do it's considered successful to hit him. Oh, he has advantage though, let me see. 68 versus, no, you still would have failed less worse? Yes, just by 1. So, damaging.
Score from either the unit's die or the success level to determine damage caused.
Yeah, so that would be 14, I think.
Oh, we will definitely go with that.
So describe this looks as you slam your fist into this orc's body, and again you hear cracking a bone.
Oh, Morgan takes a couple of steps and does the old classic Superman punch. Launches his bulk behind the fist. Cracks this guy in the head.
And he takes a step back as he takes the punch, and his jaw's a bit lopsided. You get one advantage. He loses his. His turn. He is, of course, going to swing back at you for hitting him in the face. He brings up this massive piece of metal. It's huge, this misshapen lump of steel, and swings at you.
Okay, Morgan will try to dodge.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
is that?
Okay, that is no hit. That's well, let's
It's a
see.
hit, isn't it?
Did you include the?
The difference of 10, I think, at least, right?
No, well, see. So he with it, Morgan had advantage though. So
Oh, yeah, I
he was just
Oh, yeah.
36,
So it'd be
30,
yeah, I
40,
think
34,
just right. He's good.
just barely. Yeah, because it's a matter of inches basically. Because it would be, I think, 34 versus 43. Yeah, so you'd be just barely dodge out of the way as this axe comes crashing down.
Morgan sucks in his gut.
Danish.
Well, my buddy Morgut's in trouble there, so I'm going to get over here, charge in.
All right. So you would get your current advantage, another one for charging in, so 3. You do not get the benefits of a surround because he is combat master, so he does not suffer penalties for being surrounded. We'll go ahead and roll.
So we'll poke him anyway.
It's pretty good.
Always, I've been one away twice from critical.
All right, so you hit him. I believe you can have a max of 4 advantage.
Based off of what?
I believe it's based off of intuition or initiative or whatever the one is on your
It's initiative bonus.
initiative. Yeah. So whatever your initiative stat is.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I increased mine a bit more to hit the 10s.
Yep, you can have up to 4. So you're at 4. That's your cap, and then damage. So, it is 3. Is that 14? Is that what I'm reading?
Yep.
All right, so 14 minus. So again, chopping away at him, and he's burnt and torn up from coming out. Go ahead and describe how that looks.
As he's taking a big old swing at Morgut's blade, whatever it is, hunk of metal beds the ground. I rush up and just pierce his back calf. I needle. I go, oh, I'm gonna stick it to you, right, proper?
I'm gonna crush you, puny. He's just kind of trying to swing the axe around. Kruger.
All right, Cougar, realizing that he made some progress the last time we attacked him. There wasn't much. He's going to aim for a different spot and take another jab. Not saying much to him. He's focusing on dodging and weaving in case he starts swinging at him.
You've definitely got it this time. You're entirely fine. Oof. Oh my god.
We shall spend one of our 2 fortunes that are left.
Go for it.
Just so that way I don't get a fumble.
It's not a bad idea. Oh. Oh!
Okay.
Much better.
Hey, it's not a fumble. You were right, just so it's not a fumble. Oof.
He does get an advantage. Again, just difficult to hit him, even though Danish and Morganson have landed a few strikes. He is defending pretty well, considered he's surrounded by 3 people. This orc knows how to fight Kruger's. Again, he kind of bats your dagger, pushes you aside. Reinbold.
Want to get this guy out of here. Troublesome. Going for another swing with the blade. Not great.
Ooh.
Fuck.
He is gonna do a
He's only got-
counterattack on you for that
It's only
one.
got a +1 success level, though. I mean, I think I might do a fortune.
You
I think I
can.
will. But will he still block it anyway, or? With the critical?
Well, so he's gonna with a critical success. They're that elevated. If you have greater success levels, you hit. He just gets to do something special with a critical.
Okay.
So like if let's say you had success level 2 versus his 1, yes, you would hit him, but he would basically get to do something in return.
The question is, do I want to risk just making it so it's less terrible? I don't think it's worth it. No, yeah, I'm not going to use a fortune.
Right.
It's only like a 30% chance to be able to hit that.
Basically what happens, he parries the strike, and he swings back at you. He'll be without advantage on this one. He'll get 1 because he succeeded in that defensive test.
Shit. I do really love the combat with this, with the advantage and everything. Oh shit. No, okay. Well, now is the time to use my fortune. I can feel it. Oh no!
Ooh, you might be going down again, bud.
Oh, I might be eating shit here.
That's 9.
You can't use it more than once on a single roll, can you?
No, he's limited to 1.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 9 to the body, so armor. I think that's gonna put you
It's
at
definitely
10.
gonna put me.
I don't. Let me see.
Put me at -5, won't it?
You said you have 3 soak, right? You have
Oh, yeah.
two toughness, 1 armor. So that would do 6.
Yeah. So I'd be 2 under.
I'm showing you have 4
Yeah.
wounds right now.
Yeah, I'd be -2. Or is it? Oh, it fills up, doesn't it?
Yes, fills up.
Okay, so I'm at 10. Does that mean I
Yeah,
go
you're
down?
directly at 10. I believe you go down at your hit point threshold. Let me see. Or you're at least gonna suffer critical, I think, when you hit that number.
Oh, that's bad.
I believe that's the case. Let me see. That.
Wait, what? What about? I might be able to. Oh well, no, because I already used the fortune. Damn it.
You're looking at wounds right now to make sure. If you lose all your wounds, your collected injuries overwhelm you, and you gain the prone condition. Until you hit at least 1 wound, you cannot lose. So you are knocked to the ground and put into prone.
Okay.
Essentially unconscious right now. Oh no, you're not unconscious yet. You had to be healed. You had to be healed with a number round equal to your toughness bonus. So 2 rounds, or you gain the unconscious condition.
So I think what I can I use a resolve after all that, or is that pretty much me done for the round? Because I
let's
see one of the
resolve.
resolve spends, right?
Mhm.
Includes remove one condition. If you removed the prone condition, regain one wound as you surge to your feet.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. Now, let's see, spending resolve. Let's see.
Yeah, because resolve is the minor one.
Right.
I'm just not sure
Yeah.
what spending it counts as. If that counts as the use of a action, or if that would be like my turn.
So it would be, I mean, you'd be knocked prone. You could spend it to avoid that and remain standing. It is good. This happened on your turn though, so he is going to get to go again. That's the only thing I would tell you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I'm thinking
If you're
it might be
still
worth
standing, I
waiting.
don't want to reveal anything, but you can pretty sure bet he's going to keep swinging if you're still in front of him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Is it might be worth. He's just worried about the thing finishing him off. But I mean, that's all the more reason to like. With how the character is, I could imagine him just being like, you know what, let's stay down for the moment and look like I'm down. And then when he goes to attack Morgan, I can stab him in the balls.
Yeah, you can go for it. So you just want to remain prone for now?
I'll go down for now.
So you're prone. Where's prone? Where's one? Looks like the guy fell and broke his back.
This
There you
one?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Double.
Oh.
So you're prone. You're not prone by this orc. Seeing you down on the ground, not moving for the moment, the orc turns his attentions. That was a separate test as well. Turns his attentions. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a d6. Low is Dorthil, high is Morgan.
That's great. I didn't even think about that, but he's...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's gonna basically run by you, enough space to get by, and go to swing on Morgut here. Not a charge, he's just moving into position. Fails. I don't think Morgut's back yet, is he?
Is he away?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, right. So this orc ran up to swing on you. He's missed. Go ahead and roll your defense, though, to see if you fail worse. Nope.
Hey!
He loses all advantage. You're already at your advantage max.
Oh my
So he
god, that's
comes
your
up and
max?
swings clumsily. He only has one initiative. He comes up and swings clumsily and just kind of trips over Reinveld's body a bit as he runs by. Morgut.
I think Morgut just ignores the regular orc there, and
It's like
again,
two peas in a
punches
pod.
and we'll knuckle duster the big guy.
These rolls. Watch him just roll like 80, though. Fucking shit.
The dice are weighted. Telling you.
It's like, yeah, definitely.
He takes the pommel as you're about to punch him again and kind of bats your hand aside. And then he gets another point of advantage. You lose your advantage, Morgut. And he just got stabbed by a little man. I think he's it's going to be between you two again. So let's see. Let me low Danish, high Morgut again. That is Morgut. And he will wind up and swing again with his big chopper.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Nice. So critical success. You Yeah, it's very clearly a win for you. You can actually try to counter-strike him. So he swings very wide and leaves himself open just a bit, and you can attempt to make an attack roll back with 1 advantage. So plus 10. And he makes a defense with none. Ooh. So, let's see. I'm assuming you're going to take the 5.
You betcha.
So let's see. 11. Oof. You punch him another good strike to the body. He's wobbling. It's like a prize fight. You can see the vision starting to fade in his eyes, consciousness going out. He's just kind of wobbling around. He's not quite down yet. And Dorotho.
Okay. He is all wobbly.
Uh-oh.
I will, I guess I'll keep stabbing him.
Go for it.
Oh.
Try to defend.
Oh
Nope.
shit.
No, not good enough. 3.7. That will do it. Describe how you end him.
While he's distracted trying to take down more guys, I just come up, and as raising the axe up, I just get him right up, ribs, sink the blade to the hilt. Oh, look, has another soul sent higher. Flick blood off and nod over to Morgat. Oh, thanks for distracting him, big man.
Morgut is busy laughing like Nelson from The Simpsons, pointing at the...
Oh god, that's all I can see him now.
The war boss sees this thin piece of metal go through him, and he falls to a knee. This ain't right. Insides ain't supposed to be on the outside. He falls forward, and the ground shakes a bit. A bit of a quake as this massive body falls, craters some of the earth. Kruger, there's still this orc here who looks very concerned.
How's the terrain difficulty if I tried to walk over to War Boss?
He's a big boy, so I would give you, I would say, I'd give you the regular plus 20 to cross over it. Just don't crit fail. Whatever you do.
Just roll that 100.
But you know, well, yeah, because it's not gonna give me that closer though, because we still got.
Just throw the knife at him.
It's true. Throw a knife.
Never ask me to throw a knife. My ranged shit is just bafflingly terrible.
If I try to go around Morgard, what's my speeds here?
Seems like you might have enough.
Movement 4, walk 8, run 16.
You only need 5 to get to him. If you run, you can charge.
We'll do that.
You can go around.
Yeah, it's cut this one corner here.
Cut the corner as Morgoth is laughing, bouncing around.
Hopefully I could catch him distracted as he's looking at the big guy laughing.
This counts as surrounding, so you can get a plus 10. And I believe you said you were charging as well, so plus 20.
Ooh. I like that number.
Woohoo.
Try to defend. He does not. So 3 to 7 looks like, right? That is just enough. You may describe it.
So seeing Redfield on the ground over there and Margaret laughing at the war chief, seeing this orc over there trying to sneak an inch in, Kruger hurries and scurries around, and while the orc tries to give a chop at Margaret, Kruger sticks him right in the ribs. Not so fast there, lad.
And just grabs the rib and coughing, hacking, phlegm, topples over in a heap.
You see Reinvold down on the ground, kind of grab the blade laying at his side and kind of swing it down against the thing's torso. Kind of a thick thump alongside the clang of metal. And take that as well, fucker.
Yeah, right down there.
You see him roll over, and the wounds from earlier on have kind of opened back up again. He's bleeding a fair bit.
You know, there's only so many times that can stick you back together, but I can't do any more sticking.
I certainly hope that I won't need you to again. I'd quite be happy to not deal with orcs anymore after this.
Nice. They came from this way, right?
Yeah, well, stayed inside. I think that should be the last of them, hopefully.
Well, I mean, maybe they got some blender in there.
Good point.
Or more orcs.
More orcs, and then maybe bounty, if you say.
One way or another. Need to make sure we clear it out, and he kind of stands and hobbles his way over, kind of holding along the wall. Keeping his hand pressed against the wound from the axe.
What about you, Margaret? Are you doing alright?
Morgan, okay.
Good.
So you're heading into the cave.
Yeah, unfortunately.
If I get another fucking infection.
Oh, thank you for
I
reminding
know.
me.
I couldn't just let it go by. I was just looking at it, I was like, God damn it.
Infected. Let's take a look, shall we?
Watch me get like some fucking... just get dysentery. Just fucking die shitting myself.
Need to look at infected here. There it is. Alright. Endurance plus 40.
Alrighty. Hey! Oh no. Let's use a fortune on that. I've
sent
got
some
2
fate
left
spins.
now.
I sent some fate spins coming tonight.
Fucking shit. Oh no!
I told you.
Oh fuck! You know.
Alright. Good fucking times.
Oh
Well.
fuck! No.
How many portion you got left now?
I've got 2 left.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hope there's nothing left in here.
Well, have fun with sepsis.
Jesus, that's terrible.
I'm so fucked.
Enjoy your dysentery.
I know. Oh.
Jesus Christ, this is, I don't even know what to say. This is going to be terrible for you. I have to be
so
completely honest.
Miserable. It's so bad. What's it do even?
Gonna super herpes.
critical failures are bad for these, like really fucking bad. And so
It's gonna look
I'm
like a fucking Civil War tent or some
I'm
shit.
I'm gonna
Oh.
roll.
Oh, fucking hell. Do you
It's
think?
not good.
Oh, let's see.
It's incubation.
Oh no. My fucking dick's just gonna fall off in 13 days.
Okay. So you don't feel well. That's to be expected since you've been wounded so much.
Yeah, he's gonna attribute it to the loss of blood.
I'm gonna I gotta note that down. Holy
My
shit.
sanguine's getting low. Fucking hell.
The bloody fucks.
Oh, fucking hell. It's gonna be like Alien. Just gonna have a goblin burst out my fucking chest.
No,
That's
much,
how it works,
much
right?
worse, my man.
Oh, no.
Much worse.
I'll live through this, yeah. Fucking hell. Maybe. Ugh. That's fucking. Ugh. It's like that fucking episode of South Park. You shitting out your fucking mouth. Ugh.
Okay, I've got all that marked down.
Oh, no.
So you go into the cave. When you enter, let's go ahead. I'll tell you what you see here first. So you walk in. There is a pile of scrap and metal and various tools, trinkets, things like that. Another thing you see are several cages. In those cages are the bodies of lumberjacks, intact, but unmoving. There are at least 4 lumberjacks in the cages, and their faces are flush red.
Seems we found them.
Oh. Well, we should probably get the bodies back, right?
Yes, yes indeed.
Anything else in the cave?
There doesn't appear to be much. There were some very clumsily laid traps that the orcs actually appear to have tripped on their way out, you would guess. On the way out of the cave, there were a couple rockfall. There was a rockfall you had to step around, a few pitfall traps that there were a couple orcs skewed on the bottom of.
Reinvald's gonna pick for the most expensive thing he can find in the pile, so...
Very well. All of you may roll a D100.
High numbers are good, right?
Maybe. Morga, you find a silver band that kind of goes around the forearm and wrist. Doesn't seem to be much to it, rather plainly made. Maybe you like shiny things, I don't know, but you find that among your pickings. Kruger.
Found himself a ring.
Kruger, you find a ruby inlaid necklace. Singular large stone in kind of a triangular shaped socket.
Nice.
Dorthil, you find a broken blade, but the craftsmanship for what remains of it is
It's really good.
but the
Hello?
away.
You what? I could not hear any of that.
Did anyone else hear that?
I heard it.
Okay.
Affirmative.
Oh, weird. Hello?
Oh, it's an Aki.
Let me reconnect real quick.
Aki.
All right, there we go.
It was a silver sword that Danish found, half broken.
It gets shorter every time.
Yeah, every time. It's more of it chipping away.
Did you explain it like 3
Yeah,
times
It's a
or
fucking
something?
sword, whatever.
Yeah, fucking
Oh,
sword.
no.
Kind of fucking sword. Turquoise in the center that remains, and it is a silver circlet. I think you have a
Very
sack.
nice. That goes in the sack.
For now.
Wait, did I have a backpack now?
For now.
Did they give me a backpack?
But yeah, other than that, most of what else is in here is ruined.
For now, before it falls off.
Steel. They are just wearing their clothes.
Well,
whatever they
what
carried
about
with them
lumberjacks? I
appears to be
assume
part
they're
of the
stripped of
pile.
anything. Yeah, I figured. Well,
Who's
so
making
we
the
used
sled?
leftover wood to make a simple sled to drag them back.
What skill is applicable? Morgut will help.
One want to help me
If
make
there
this
is
sled?
some kind of craft, otherwise it would just be
I think craft.
intelligence.
What is that?
There's outdoor survival.
That wouldn't be
there's
for these
some
kind of
kind of,
tools. That would, yeah, there's like crafting skills that are there's
probably a
intelligence and there's
specific skill.
agility. I would say intelligence just because you have to know
I'm sure there's a class.
the
yeah.
workings of making a sled. Even though it's simple, you have to know how to distribute things properly so it actually holds the weight.
Well, you do have intuition.
What about art?
Art not apply. You can use a straight int roll
You make it
without the
very
plus
pretty.
20. Or if you have craft, then you can do a craft of some sort that applies.
I think Dorotha is the best int, right? Or was it?
Well, it's
Let's have someone else do it, other than me.
amazingly.
Okay.
I feel like
Is it
I've
I
set
or
a
is it
precedent.
iron?
INT.
Then I've got a 40.
That's
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
one more than me. Wait, I got a 44.
You got this. Oh yeah, that's much
Yeah,
better.
go ahead.
Oh my. Oh, there you go. Do it.
You gotta see me roll before, right?
Make that sled.
Oh.
You try.
You got. Oh. You still got
So you
portrait,
try
right?
to
We're on our way home.
put together a kind of a sled to cart these bodies, and it kind of you try to use it to drag one of the bodies, and it doesn't really work out. It's kind of falls apart. You do have an ogre though, so you can easily carry one or more bodies.
Reinvald will kind of look at the thing as like the final rope was pulled to tighten as it kind of falls apart. He looks up to Morgan. Well then, friend, I suppose you might be able to help carry them?
There are plenty of orc bodies
Keeps-
linked up there.
Keeps,
If you...
keeps getting lighter as we go.
Well, we had whole lumberjacks, but now we have hoarders.
Morgan, how come you're walking faster?
You could probably still put one together.
Man, they didn't say that, but
I suppose they
respecting
do
the dead
once.
ones.
All
That's
of
what
them,
Loke would
don't they?
appreciate. Respecting an honor dead.
After we burned them out here in the
How-
front of the cave.
How far were we from lumberjack country?
It was only a couple hours away.
You know, that's actually a fine idea, Kruger. Why don't we
Yes, they'd.
set a pyre outside?
Like they would understand.
There's
We
plenty
don't even
of
have to
wood left
tell them
over.
we found anybody. But there might be a reward in bringing them back.
Yes. I think that would be quite perfect.
No,
Yeah,
but
well, we're charged to take care of the problem, not return the corpses. Besides, I think if anything, there might be a deficit. So perhaps we should burn them here. He kind of, very faintly kind of motions towards their faces, kind of almost blistered red, choked look on
And
their
let's
faces.
see you all.
I think there's honor in returning dead the others. I'm not a, I don't necessarily know how the human folk do that.
Yes, generally we do like our loved ones back. Perhaps we could bid them separately. Body recovery, plus dealing with the orcs. Make it worth our while.
I suppose.
I think those men have
Considering
seen far worse
not going
time.
to look particularly good.
What do you got more good? Take 'em.
Well, I mean, for us.
Well, we ain't a charity. Look at you think you
Well,
could
let's
carry
go
these four without trouble? Those four, right?
Yes, it's 4 of them.
Margaret, do you want one of us to carry one of them? Take the burden off of you. You fought hard.
Yeah.
Reinvolt kind of steps up on past very slowly, cautiously. Well, let's go then. Very happy to get back to town.
Don't we find it weird that
Orcs to
we're
deal with.
set up out here?
I swear the
Lumberjacks?
blood
Like,
loss
do
is
they have
terrible.
anything on them?
Yeah, I suppose we'll report it one way or another, so after that, it's up
Fair
to someone
point.
else to deal with it.
Did we check the orc
We'd be
bodies
happy
or
not
the
to
war boss
touch
body?
this again.
No.
I'll take a look at that quick.
I presumed it was just nothing on it.
He does have a massive axe-like chopper that you can just barely pick up, but most of what's on him is scrap metal armor pieces, and some of that's even like fused to his skin. You can see he's had armor attached to him.
Yeah, Reinvolt kind of sees you
I
looking over
I
the
can barely
axe and
move this
stuff.
body. I'm not getting
I think perhaps
axe back to
a
town.
collector or something might buy it.
If you and Kruger want to drag behind you, you're more welcome.
Fair. Oh, then.
I think the bodies will be well regarded.
I can barely drag myself.
It would slow us down.
Hopefully.
And you're taking the corpses with you?
I suppose we'll head on back.
I'll carry body.
Sounds like it.
Alright. So you were able to bring corpses of these dead lumberjacks back to the lumberjack camp. A couple of people... it's getting to be closer to night now. A couple of the men hail you as you come in. They go and fetch Ernwolf. And some of the lumberjacks are to gather around looking at the bodies as you're bringing them in, seeing their fellow co-workers now deceased. Ernwolf approaches. Since you're not dead, I imagine that's good tidings. War boss.
A lot of the orcs have been dealt with, including their war boss. Yes. It sounds like
They say
there will be an
when? Or...
incursions. Who knows? All I know is they spoke of a bigger, angrier orc. Well, it's hard to believe after what we saw. Two rather big and angry orcs. As well as a good number of
You dealt with
goblins
them,
and other
and you brought back
common
the
orcs.
corpses of my men. That's good enough for me. You have my thanks for what it's worth, strangers. Though I know you did it for coin, makes no difference to me. Some people would have cut and run the moment orcs were mentioned. You can leave the corpses there. We'll get them to the city on the morrow, in the next few days, along with the shipment.
Very nice. And indeed, I think you are right. I think I now know why.
Look a bit worse for
Yeah.
wear.
I might well do so next time.
We have a few open tents, as you might imagine, if you wish to spend the eve, or if you're going to leave right away, then... No. Sigmar will keep you on the road.
You're looking a little
Kinda looks the other
green
way, I
there.
suppose.
right,
Nice
Vol.
for myself,
Seems
first
to,
would be quite nice.
Take a moment to
Unless you wish to camp on the
breather. I think after a hard-fought fight like that, it's maybe night to recoup.
I'd agree.
Uh,
I suppose we rest here then?
Nice
Morgan
check
looks
around.
to Kruger and then
woods at
Morgan.
night.
We'll get nods. This is a good place.
Good.
I look. Yeah,
I'll
head
find
logger.
those tents.
You have. And you.
Sorry, you cut in and out a little bit for that one, Danish.
Oh. I hope you have a barrel of beer from my companion over there. Took on the war boss by himself. Ripped him limb from limb.
We've got some ale over in those carts over there. Suppose it's not a big ask considering what you've done for us. By all means, take a barrel.
Go elbow Morgut. There you go, big man. Spoils. Spoils of war.
Morgat grins broadly, kind of claps Danish on the shoulder. Oh, thanks. Goes over and grabs a barrel.
I have to start reorganizing my men, take them back out in the wood. If the threat's dealt with, we need to get back to it. This contract's not going to pay for itself. if you need anything, my men can help you. Suppose you can come see me, but otherwise, have a pleasant evening.
Kindly for your hospitality.
Nods tersely and walks off back to his tent.
I'll go up to Ryan. Oh, you handled yourself decently in that fight there.
Yeah. You don't have to flatter me. You did quite poorly. Although I'm quite happy to expect
Certainly.
responsibility
Do you
for
need me to
wounds.
take a look at that?
Blame it on them. But I think best.
Oh, Morgott's been
Try
drinking a
quite a
keg
bit.
of ale back there, make saliva off of
Least.
help sterilize the wound there. Ancient remedy of my people.
Do we really need to use that?
So I will take a look at his.
So you're looking over his wounds, or
Yeah.
so you
Yep.
technically did heal him already. I think you can only do one of those in a day, if I
Oh.
remember correctly. Yeah.
All right. And then I will make sure that the wounds that have been opened, I'll just
Oh yeah,
patch
that
them
was
up.
earlier in the day, wasn't it?
Thematic.
Understood.
Yeah. Anything else I can get you there, Reinvald?
I think
Of course. Go
I
and
suppose you
fetch a skin of water, toss it over to him, and go over to Kruger.
About the best we can do.
Kruger, you
Back to
been
town.
hurt at all in the last fight there?
Nope. So far, so good.
You,
Managed to keep dodging them as they come.
you did quite admirably at that, and stuck it too.
Alright. Sometimes I get lucky with this little blade here.
You handle it pretty decently. Where'd you learn that at?
Life in the woods. That's how I grew up.
You said that before, and be a herder or a lumberjack like fine chops here.
Nah, it's more about to be. Funny story is that I was raised by a hermit, so I became a hermit. We would go out in the woods and hunt and trade when we had to, but kept to ourselves mostly.
Oh, really? Interesting. What woods were you in?
What was that?
What woods? What forest?
I gotta make me look what I had. Whatever. I gotta look up the name of the damn forest again.
It's okay.
Yep.
It's the
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Can't remember.
The Rake Wild. Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh, yeah, the Rake Wald. Yeah. fuck,
Immediate
I knew it was
brain
something walled. I don't know how the fuck yeah.
Oh. Quite vast forest
Yeah.
there.
I feel you.
Must have your father or another hermit.
And I was an orphan. So,
Well, I guess your father, in a sense, care if you had the ropes quite well.
alright. But, again, it was just not a necessity. You have to learn how to defend yourself a little bit.
Definitely. Can I get you anything, or do you want to go and share? I look over to Morga chugging the barrel. Ale?
He looks up. You guys want a drink?
Not a mug, you go ahead.
Oh, that's all. That's your barrel. You won it fair and square.
He goes back to chugging the barrel.
No, that'll be fine. I got some rations.
Well, they were trying to direct the big man away. Trouble.
He needs a little trouble to thrive.
He does, but we want to leave the camp intact at least.
Yeah, we'll just have to procure him another barrel soon.
Winning, charming personality, be able to fetch himself one.
How's Ravenville doing? Is he doing any better? He was looking pretty worse for the wear.
In that last battle out of him, so he's going to rest up and hopefully in the morning rain.
Good. Cougar start going through his pack, pulling out some food.
I'll head over to Morgut. Find some ale to feel not from this barrel.
All right, and unless there's anything else, we can get through the night and onto the road. All right. So, oh, sorry. Did you guys say something?
Oh, I just said all right.
So, all right. So Reinvold, I think you're the only one who's wounded. So you can make an average endurance test after a good sleep. All of you are able to get a good night's rest in the tents and bedrolls that were left over from the dead lumberjacks.
Cool.
So go ahead and make me a plus 20 endurance test. Portion. Jeez.
I think I'll use my thing.
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
Wow.
you
My
got one
fortune
left
is
now?
a curse. Oh no!
You do not recover any wounds
One left
at all.
Yeesh.
You
Oh,
sleep in
Reinvold
fits
is
or something
so
happens. You can
cursed.
describe how you just don't. I don't know. Again. You hear me?
Oh, hello? Everything is
You hear me?
like fucking alien talk now. What
Alright.
the fuck?
You can describe how completely fucked you are, essentially, as you don't
Hello?
really get any good sleep and your wounds don't
Hey,
appear to be
everyone
much better in
stop
the
being
morning.
aliens. Yeah, Reinvold. Yeah, he tosses and turns throughout the night, beginning to take on a rather minor fever. Just every now and again he wakes in a cold sweat from nightmares. The orcs ripping him apart, eating his innards and stuff. At one point he screams, wakes up half the damn camp. Before finally he settles, and by the end of the night he's still just exhausted and wants to get home.
Right.
Air quotes home. Kind of struggles out of the tent.
So
Let's get
you
moving.
take to the road the following day. I believe it was a roughly 2.5 day walk. On the first day, nothing bad happens for the majority of it. Later in the evening, though, you do come across a rather gruesome scene of something that took place. As you're approaching on the roadway, those are not the ones that you killed. As you're
So,
approaching on the
wants me killed?
roadway, you see crows and buzzards in the distance. And as you get closer, the stench of death starts to flow through your nostrils. And it's a sight of many corpses in the road, all strewn about.
Yeah, Reinvold kind of heads up to the first one he sees and starts checking it over,
Let's
seeing if
look
there's any kind of
at
identifying marks or
skills.
else,
You're a noble, right?
symbols or anything of the sort.
Lore Reichland plus 20.
I think I have a lore thing for it. Yeah, I have lore Reichland.
Anyone else has lores? Ah, yes. So this one in particular that you walk up to will say that, because you guys are coming from north end of the road here, actually, so you'd be closer to this. The heraldry that you see on this guy, yep, sorry. You recognize it
That's the word I was
as
looking for.
being so helmgart is considered it's part of Reichland, but as the political scene said, they've kind of broken off, so they consider themselves separate. But this on this soldier, you see heraldry for a Reichland regiment. More specifically, you see the signet of the Heldenhammer, which would be for the ruling emperor at the time. So this is the mark of Karl Franz.
Well, seems the fatherland is finally starting to act. And he'll immediately start picking over it for anything of value.
Yeah, there's armor and weaponry to be found
Weapons,
here, and these
money,
men were
armor.
left in a hurry, it appears.
Yeah, Reinvold is more concerned about the looting than actually figuring out what happened. As far as he's concerned, the Empire has every right to punish Helmgart for its rebellion, in a sense. At the same time, he can't blame Helmgart for trying to make some money and be free, but
Reinvolt everything out
the
except there.
Reinvold's gonna get his coin out of it. Well, it seems the fatherland is acting. Helmgart has been left idle too long.
Danger
Seem to be
here?
finally striking out against them. I doubt it. Whoever did it left in a hurry. But one way or another, no one here to claim these, so... You see him pocket some shillings. Well, he's gonna look for any kind of good weapons or armor either, and kind of take his pick
A lot of it
the
is
better-looking ones.
heavier looking armor, actually.
If there's any leather.
These look to be, none of them look to be any kind of knight. These are
Or-
a lot of man-at-arms, kind of skirmish maybe, but you don't find anything of the light variety, more like mid, kind of heavy armor, but not knightly. Definitely stuff they give to man-at-arms and peasantry that they draft into service.
Yeah, main thing he's looking for is if there's any.
There are hand weapons about,
he's checking
and
boots,
some
daggers.
Then there are some
for any kind
a
of
couple of
smaller
boot
lighter
knives,
shields,
but there's
maybe.
not really any. The shields that are there, there's a larger shield, kind of a kite shield. But in terms of armor, a lot of it's mail.
Yeah, he'll
There's
Is it back, or is it like destroyed?
a mail shirt It does appear to have failed the wearer as the man is dead. But maybe somebody could put it back together if they had knowledge of such things. A lot of the other things are rather broken in terms of armor.
Reinvold kind of looks to the armor and looks to the others. Well, the mail seems relatively in check, if you wish it. As you see him slide a couple of the knives he finds into his boots himself, and picks up a kite shield and kind of latches it onto his back, over the shoulder. Oh. Something. Reinvold kind of sees one of the horses there, and he kind of looks to the others. Well, seems to have been
Right.
poisoned. If we
Might
wish
as well
to
dig through.
pick up some rations. Reinvold will try and help kind of cleave the legs from the horse and kind of get whatever decent meat is there.
Let me see if there's a specific thing for satchels. I believe there is.
You're not?
Yeah, exactly. You're not.
I really just need to
Horse
become
Robin?
an outlaw.
Uh,
And get outdoor survival and shit. I mean, the thing is, he's meant to be a
Oh,
little bit
alright.
more of a noble thief type, but at the same time, he like murdered his parents to inherit the house earlier because they were fucking shit up. So.
wait there. Let me see.
Uh,
Trying to find backpacks and satchels.
So there's a pack carries 4. Fairly sad.
Oh, didn't I grab a sling bag? Oh yeah, I do have a sling bag. I forgot about that.
I would say that these would essentially
Yeah, that's
count
kind of why I
as
was looking for like
backpacks.
boot knives and shit. It's because
Oh,
I'm just gonna
shit,
take up
okay.
space in my sack.
Yeah, I'll grab one.
Yes, if they're laying around, like,
Oh
Help
yeah, I'll grab a
ourselves.
satchel as
I'd
well.
say there are 2 of them. So you guys can figure out who's taking what.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Well, I think
I mean, if I'm gonna be
Reinvold owes a
giving
lot of people,
advantages,
so if
then,
everyone
like-
wants the satchels,
sure
he's
that's
already got those
effort
boot
for 'em.
knives and the shield, so...
but if you don't want this other
Makes sense.
satchel,
You
I'll
can throw
grab
the
it.
mail in there as well. Perhaps you can get someone to rivet it back. There you want anyway. There's a lot of you.
And then you're
One
taking a
life
hunk
is
of
insane.
horse meat? Is that what I heard? It will need to be cooked, but whoever wants to carry that leg can certainly do so.
Yep. I'll Yeah, in fact, I imagine they have a good bit of cloth underneath their mail and stuff, and I'll take a portion of that and kind of rip it and wrap the haunch in that and shove it in the sack.
If this
Yeah,
was
I
a
guess
traveling party,
food
did
at
any of
the
them have any
battlefield.
bedrolls?
Yay!
You do not find any bedrolls, unfortunately. Mm.
We're beggars, man. I mean,
Yeah, be careful, Ghost. You're giving us corpses. We're gonna grab everything on them.
Hand to mouth.
Like fucking magpies. Although they disproved that magpies are
Anything
actually
else?
thieving recently, so. Suppose we best get a move on so I can fail my next endurance roll.
All right, no other search or anything?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Does
But definitely,
anybody have any
it looks
kind
like
of
standard weapons that did
investigative
it,
or want to
right?
use perception?
Like it was probably just a simple clash. guess I'll use perception. Perception. I got pretty good perception, I think. Yes.
Oh, fuck. Tearing that back.
Yeah, Danish,
Okay.
Dorothy, you think
I was looking for it
that
on
these
the
guys
20, yeah?
probably just killed each other straight
Oh,
up?
shit.
Seems that way. This is
Oh.
sortie.
Man, I think they picked a fight with an ogre.
Mm.
Yeah, right. I'll go
Morgan Browns.
look a bit
They
closer
don't have
at
any
one of the
bites
men
taken
who's
out of
been
them.
kind of cut through. See if it looks like a... Yeah, he's got quite a good point there. Besides, he kind of leans down and looks at where the half mail or whatever they have on in this in case
Yeah, saying something.
destroy.
You do notice that the heraldries are different. So these are,
Any idea what it? Oh,
some are sporting the Heldenhammer. Other ones, you guys have been in Helmgart long enough to know what the heraldry looks like. So they are definitely from 2 different cities.
yeah. And Reinwald kind of looks at one of them off behind this bush here and kind of turns to the others. Let's get a move on. And,
Okay.
although most of them
You're
seem to
around
have
here.
been killed quite traditionally, maybe you're not wrong about an ogre. Morgan, I don't suppose you know any ogres that use
Be a longsword about your size.
maybe a claymore?
Thanks. Yeah, some guys do.
I suppose. And Reinwald looks back, and you can see this corpse that's just completely, like, right through the middle. The guts are spilled, and the spine is severed.
Around here.
But the back
Maybe I
barely
have to-
clings from a few strings of meat, where it didn't quite clear through the rest of the way. Well,
Yeah, I agree.
let's get back to town as quick as possible. See about these wounds again, maybe.
All right. So you do move on. Rest of the day, nothing strange is encountered. You're able to set camp. Reinwald, you can do another fun endurance check to see if you recover. Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, that was me, wasn't it? Of course.
Wow.
Of course, I'm the only
Wow.
fucking one who has to make a wound thing at 20, right? Oh, come on! One
Boy,
more
don't-
point!
Don't.
One more point,
Hey.
and it's not gonna
Hey.
fail this time. It's gonna be
See if
a
there's anything special
stunning
for criticals.
success. I'm gonna roll
6
a 1.
times the charm, right?
Look at it!
Yeah.
Oh, fucking finally.
He did it. He finally did it. So...
Yeah, right? Something like maybe 8.
Healing.
Literally 8.
All right. So normally what you do is you heal wounds equal to the success level plus your toughness bonus. So it'd be 3.
Fucking God.
I will let you double it because of the critical. So you can heal 6. So you feel a little bit better the following day of travel.
Back up to 4.
Again, about halfway through the day, nothing of note really happens, a lot of idle chatter, and you're passing by a side of the path, not the main route, but maybe one of the offshoots of it that kind of goes off into a small campsite. You do notice something a bit out of place there as well. Are you going to continue to travel down the main road? Or do you want to further investigate it? It looks like there's a flame burning and something stacked next to the flame that wasn't there when you first passed it.
Reinvold's curious as it gets. He's expended like 2 of his 9 lives already, so he might as well go for 3rd. He's gonna check it out.
Reinvold, what do this time?
I'll head over. Something not quite sure. He'll head over to see what it is. Oh my! It's a
Yeah,
pile of
so
skulls.
as you investigate
Huzzah!
Reinvold, you pass by a campfire just cindering out, and you notice lines of stone, very particular in their formation, that circle around a pile of skulls, very clearly human skulls. Some of them still have meat on the bone. Yes. Plus 20 because you guys did just
Should we
see
make like
somebody
a
through some
cool check or
shit,
something?
so it's hard to top an ogre eating something.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty fucked up shit. And then
I don't
also
know if anyone else drew that
kind of
conclusion.
killing all of the captives with fucking smoke inhalation. Yeah.
I did,
Oh.
but Morgut was clueless.
Reinvold did. He was like, maybe we not let anyone figure this out. Yeah.
More, give me a
Makes
cool
sense.
plus 20.
Oh, shame. It looks like they died. Wonder how that fucking happened. It's like, ooh, meaty head.
That's a
What a nice
20. I mean, that for whatever reason is
I feel
slightly
like he wouldn't be
unnerving,
that
Morgut.
concerned about this.
Let's see. Maybe because you didn't get to eat them, I don't know. But
It's bad luck to pile skulls on Wednesday.
that's a good point. So let's see.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I would
Blasphemous.
say it's not corruption or anything. I would say that this kind of affects you in a strange way. Something about this puts you off. Maybe something deep in the racial memory. You're not sure, but Morgut, seeing this, you feel unnerved. You feel not right. So I'll take a minus 10 to your test for the rest of this day. Yeah, what's the reaction? Yeah, maybe you don't want to go near. What's the reaction?
Oh no. Yeah, Reinvold is more curious
Big
than
man, you
anything.
alright?
Kind of surprised as Morgut seems to take a step back.
That's bad luck. Has some sort of superstitious aversion to it.
Is it? Why? I mean, it certainly looks like. It certainly looks like something quite bad. I think it's, I don't know, some kind of witch ritual. Kind of looks around to the others. I really have no idea myself. But perhaps we should go. These don't look that old.
I'm by Morgut since he's upset.
Reinvold turns again to see what the others say.
There ain't really much there anyways. Skulls. Only bad things happen when there's a pile of skulls.
Renvold heads over, does a once over the campsite, makes sure they didn't like leave anything
No,
behind, kind of
you don't
kicks the
see
ashes up in the
anything
air,
left
send
there. Only this
a little spray of
large pile
embers.
of skulls.
Let's get a move on before whoever did this comes back.
I agree. Even
Let's hope we're traveling
be on the
different
lookout
directions
since you
as
said
well.
something look fresh, right? With what? Do what with them?
I think we should clean it up. I don't know.
Margot's already
Some
leaving.
oil
Don't know about
left
you,
over
but
from the
I
fire.
personally like having it. If he doesn't like that, I'm not going to hear it. If something
Well,
makes the big man feel a little twitchy, I'm going to go with gut feeling on, yeah.
He kind of mutters under his breath.
Go on. All right, go
All the
ahead.
more reason to get rid of
I
him, don't
wouldn't
you
touch
think?
them, Renvold.
Scares Morgott? I won't touch him. And he kind of takes the little bottle of oil, just a little bit of it, kind of tossing a bit here and there, and rips a branch from the tree just overhead and kind of tosses it in the pile of flame. There. Let the things burn. You'll move to follow after the others, presumably.
Kruger seems a little bit entranced by the flame. He has a weird look
What was that?
on his face.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I could barely hear you. Some type of noise.
You coming? I think that'll take care of them.
I don't know what it is.
Type of
Do it in
noise.
your head or anything?
What do you mean there? I don't hear anything involved.
Yeah, well, let's just get a move on then. They're burning. It'll be done with. If someone really cares to stop it, they can.
Uh-oh.
And he quite quickly moves after Morgott to catch up. Oh
Sure,
my!
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing.
That seems bad. Sure is.
And Kruger will, as he's staring at the the flames, he'll actually drop to his knees and hold his ears. Ugh.
Oi, Kruger.
You don't hear this.
Oh, don't hear anything. Hey, Morgott.
Right?
Big man.
Hear what?
Kruger
Oh, don't be so
goes to the
afraid. I set them
ground
on
fully
fire.
now as he
They'll
holds
be
his
gone in
ears.
time. Kruger.
There's a noise. He winces his eyes.
What's wrong?
It's hurting.
There's no noise, Kruger. Kind of hears Morgott call out and looks to the bones and kind of takes a nearby rock
Kruger,
and
can
kind
I
of
grab you and pull you
punts
away
it
from
through
this?
the pile of them, sending them to scatter.
Then you see Kruger starts scurrying away from you guys. Get back.
Just wanted to help you, Kruger. We've
And
been
he,
traveling mates for a while. Wanted to make
Kruger,
sure that
it's
you were away
fine.
from the burning skull thing.
Look,
As he's laying there, he moves his hands from his ear and he's staring at the skull pile. What in the world is going on? You guys don't see. You don't see that.
maybe it was some kind of witch magic. I don't know. Let's just. Reinhold is kind of stepping towards you to pull you along before he kind of looks. What do you mean? He kind of reaches to
There's
your
a smiling.
shoulders on either
There's a
side.
smiling skull staring
Looks
at
you
us.
close in the eye. Are you all right?
There's a lot of skulls in there.
You
They
sound
all
quite mad.
have that grin to them.
Don't.
Y'all need to
I mean, they are skulls. They can't do much
stay
other
the
than
back.
smile.
I'm telling you.
Kruger. Let's just go.
Your face is melting off you.
Kruger, it's
Well, that's
fine.
news to me.
We just need to get back to town.
I'm warning you. Stay the back.
Quite
All
sure
right,
it's
we
not.
won't.
It
Will you
seems
at
to
least
be
follow us?
intact.
Won't come near you.
And he kind of comes out of it. And, nobody saw this. Your face is fine.
As far as I'm aware, and I touch my face, mine's not melting. Hope not.
Okay.
Lose some of my
And
charm if
Reinhold kind of pulls the mask
Some,
down.
not
As you
all
can
of it.
See, it
I
seems
don't know
to
what
be
the hell's that
intact.
about. None of you
It
seeing
was
that
magic,
skull
right?
smiling.
Let's just go, all right?
There.
It's for the best. Not particularly.
If you guys look at the pile, you do see a skull on the very top that is kind of pointed in
Come on, then.
Kruger's direction.
that there before.
Yeah, right. Reinhold kind of looks and says, well, I thought I sent them scattering, but he kind of unsheaths his blade. It's just
Nothing simple about
skulls.
that.
Nothing. And he kind of
Told you should have
brings
left
it
him
straight
alone.
down to smash
The
through the one
skull
on top.
shatters and bone pieces fly, teeth. The eye sockets clatter and
See? It's fine.
land over next to you, Kruger.
Just superstition is all.
Kruger's gonna take a few more steps back now. Why do you have to throw that at me?
I didn't throw it at you, Kruger. It's all done with now, see? They're destroyed. They're burning still. Damn it. I'm gonna damage my blade. What am I thinking?
Kruger's gonna
It's just
take the long
nonsense.
way around the
Shoves the blade
skull
back
that
in
rolled
the
by
sheath.
his feet. The
Come now.
sockets.
Let's just leave the skulls alone now. Let's get back on the path. Kruger seems to be
We
very
should go,
upset.
guys.
Well, hopefully. Yes, let's go.
That was the weirdest
Hopefully we won't
noise.
encounter any more skulls. Or
I've never heard anything like it before.
Uh,
Reinhold kind of keeps moving close to Morgat now and kind of keeping an eye on Kruger the whole way. Kind of never seems to let you get all that close behind
What
him without
kind of noise
his
was
eye
it
being
there?
on you.
Sure.
There's voices, they're screaming. Started out as whispers and stuff and laughter. Then turned into screaming as soon as you lit them on fire.
So it's just... Reingold kind of looks back to the pile of skulls as some of them kind of cinder down and crack.
Better
under
hope
the
whatever
heat.
that was doesn't follow you around, Ravenfold. We're already in enough
It's
trouble
fine.
as it
It's
is with
all done with.
you getting hurt.
Well, to be quite honest, seeing as I
It's
wasn't
true.
hearing voices and screaming, I think maybe you should be the one worried.
Kruger will take a
Sorry, that was rude.
a little bit longer last look of the skulls as he's walking away, kind of rubbing at the side of his head where his ear, and moving his jaw around.
You see nothing else as you slowly trail away, just a regular pile of burning skulls. You spend another night on the road, another half day, and you'll be back in Helmgart. We can go forward this tradition, Aki, if you'd like to roll one last endurance test. Well done.
Wow.
Another, of course. Oh, come on! What the fuck?
You would recover no wounds.
Oh, it's not a crit.
You arrive back at
That's all that
Helmgart's northern gate, and it is around midday.
Well, I say we head
I agree.
straight to our fellow contact and get our pay. Suppose someone should go to the guard as well and let them know of the orcs. In addition to the
You're better at local politics than I would be, so it's
skirmish.
Kruger who would determine that, say. It's perfectly reasonable.
I'd rather not get swept up in it at all. So I suppose that's our answer. I'm tired.
Alright, and I believe it was...
Yeah, I guess we'll
20
head for our
gold.
contact.
it's 20 gold, I believe, for the contract.
Some blonde guy.
Who negotiated this one?
Something like that. Let me see. Got my notes up.
We'll check tape. We'll say 20 for now. So you go and you approach the lumber company.
Cool.
And you see Marcus sitting there at the
Oh, there.
front desk
Hello
of
there.
the Katzenberg Lumber Co.
Hello.
And yes, the contractors. Well, I hope you'll be bringing good news.
Of course. Well, mixed, I suppose, but nonetheless, your shipments will be fine from now on, aside from average bandits.
Oh?
Seems your problem
By what
was
nature? Was it
much
more
greater
bandits than
than
expected? Some rowdy lumberjacks? Or how do you mean?
Oh no, I think if anything it might be such a great deal that not only will the guard have to be informed, but we might need more suitable pay. You see, there was not only a number of orcs, but an orc war boss and an entire small band of orcs.
Oh my.
Taking
That sounds
lumberjacks
dreadful. I
whenever they please.
hope.
Yes, they killed a great deal of men, cut one's legs
Well,
off, and
I am
dragged
sorry to
themselves
hear you
back
say
their
so.
camp.
It is
It was
it's unfortunate, but Nonetheless, you did sign a contract to this amount. I'm afraid we can't make any amendments for pay.
Oh, well, no amendments need to be made, but perhaps, at the very least, one might keep us in mind.
Oh,
should other
absolutely.
things need to be
Lord
solved.
Katzenberg was very happy
all,
to
I
hear the
have
report from his
just laid our
scouts that
skin
saw the
quite
lumber
clean.
cart on its way back, and you have not lied about any events insofar as we're aware from the man we spoke with, so everything seems to have gone according to code. Alright, here is the authorized pay.
Anything, to be
Call it
honest.
20 gold for now. 20 gold. Split however you wish. And Lord Katzenberg will certainly keep you in mind for any future work insofar as things are going.
Thank you. I suppose we can rely on you to inform the guard as well. You see, it was not just a single war boss. It seems that it was a war boss following
Well,
orders from
No need
some
to
figure
get everyone
that
up into a
the
huff
war boss
about
was scared.
things that are unsubstantiated at this time. Do you have any evidence other than whatever this thing said to you?
I suppose if you wish to ignore the cries of the orcs about their incursion, then I suppose that's up to you. When the guard asked who was responsible for delaying their information,
I'm sure that the guard will take appropriate measures.
I suppose someone paid us
This
for our silence.
person who handled our cart probably told them, I'm sure. Well, I think that concludes our business, unless there's something else. Unfortunately, not this time with that lumber train issue solved.
Not unless you have more work for us.
We are right as rain, as they say. And to you, don't spend it all in one place.
Good job. Luck to you. I don't plan to. Reynold would kind of head away from the guy and split the coin up even 4 ways. Pass it to the others.
$5 GC
Fuck, I
each.
forgot. This has its own money system.
Oops.
What do you guys?
Oh man.
I'm rich.
Bitch.
We're rich.
Rich. we're not entirely broke. It's pretty damn good though.
That feels quite...
Finally, I feel a bit more relaxed with a bit of coin in hand. It's good to know I can actually have these.
Well, I did what I could, but Morgat wasn't
That left
feeling
one still
viscous.
seems like a bastard.
flat.
Yes, I'm sure that's what it was. Well, I suppose,
Fine, maybe the Rocky
should we do
has
now?
learned
Back
how
the
to cook.
tavern and rest. Celebrate with a meal. Some wine, I think, is to be called for as well. Be happy for it. Unless anyone else wants to do some stuff here. I'm just happy to go drink and enjoy a day off before the fucking diseases set in.
Yeah, I suppose that's be a good idea.
All right. As you all divvy up your coin and prepare to celebrate a successful journey, the scene will fade to black. We will call that a game for an evening.
Ooh.
Yay! We did it! We made it home.